everyone, and welcome back to the Spooky Book Club. Today we're doing our whole Spooky Book Club extravaganza where I post 2 Spooky Book Club videos at the beginning of every single month. So the first video is the video you're seeing right now where we discuss and review the book from last month. So February's book was House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. So we're going to be reviewing and discussing that book in this video. And then the second Spooky Book Club video is announcing the 2 new spooky book options for the month of March. So if you're looking for the 2 new spooky book options for the month of March, that video should already be up. I'll link it in the description box just in case you can't find it. So yeah, that is our Spooky Book Club extravaganza. But in this video, we're going to be reviewing and discussing House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. If you're new here to the Spooky Book Club reviews / discussions, it's super chill. We kind of just hang out, chit chat about the book. I start out with just giving a general review, a non-spoiler review. So if you haven't read the book yet and you're just wondering if it was good or wasn't good or whatever, and then we're going to get into the spoilers. We're going to talk about all the things. We're going to dive in, talk about our favorite parts, favorite characters, scary parts. Sometimes I just end up walking through the whole book. So you can respond to me down in the comments and anything I'm talking about. You can respond to each other. I'll respond to you guys. And we can just talk about all the things. Anyway, so that's kind of what we're doing today. I'm so excited to discuss and review this book. All right, so let's start with a really quick non-spoiler review of this book. So this book was called House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. The book is about a young woman. She's kind of living in a situation that's not ideal. She's working in really poor conditions, not getting paid very well, and she's trying to care for her brother. And so she sees an ad for a bloodmaid. So she moves into this castle basically and becomes a bloodmaid for the House of Hunger is what the house is called. Providing blood for this countess. And she becomes a favorite of the countess, of all the bloodmaids. She starts noticing some strange and unusual things happening in this castle. So she realizes this job as a bloodmaid might not be what she thought it was, and a whole bunch of stuff unravels, and there's a whole storyline that I don't even want to even hint at, but it's a whole story of vampires and blood maidens and all that. And I will put this out there, it was the perfect book to read for Valentine's time because it had some really spicy elements in it too, and by spicy I mean like there were some hot heated moments in this book. I'll put that out there. There was some vampiness and lustiness and kind of that perfect Valentine's book to read. Yeah, here's what I will say though. It wasn't scary. At least I didn't find it scary. It did have that kind of eeriness with the castle, had blood and vampires and all that kind of stuff. So it was still a good horror book. I enjoyed it. So although it wasn't really scary, it was a good spicy vampire book in my opinion. So not the best thing or most groundbreaking deep book I've ever read. So if you're looking for depth, if you're looking for something obscure, not that. It's just like a really easy kind of fun vampire read in my opinion. But if you're looking for something really scary, this might not do it for you. So I'll put that out there. And that's pretty much my review on it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the story. Thought the flow was really nice. But yeah, not that scary. That's my quick non-spoiler review in a nutshell. So I think it's worth a read. Also, I'll have the book linked down in the description box for you in case you're interested in reading it. And I'll also have everything I'm wearing except for this sweatshirt because it's not out quite yet, but it's coming up very quickly. But yeah, that's where everything will be. Anyways, now that I'm officially out of breath because, y'all, this baby, especially when I'm sitting down, I feel like he's in my chest. Anyways, I'm gonna take a sip of water because we're gonna jump into spoilers. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, if you did not read the book, then I'm gonna let you go here. I'm gonna give you a second to get off of here because I'm gonna drink my water. But if you're here for the spoilers and the chit chat, then grab yourself a beverage, a snack, whatever you need, and we're gonna get into these spoilers. I'm so excited. I got little knees here for once today. If you can see her right here. I don't know if you can see her. She may be too low. But I got her in the chair with me today. And we're gonna review this together. You were listening, huh? So I was actually listening to this audiobook as I was cleaning and organizing my bathroom and my bedroom. Being that I was cleaning and organizing as I was listening to this book, I didn't make one single note. Not one note, so we're just gonna freeball it. I don't know where we're going, what we're doing, what we're talking about. I have no notes, I have no questions. I have absolutely nothing for this book club. So what did you think of House of Hunger? Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed it, what you liked about it, your favorite characters, favorite parts, all that kind of stuff. So like I mentioned, I enjoyed it, especially for a Valentine's read. I felt like it was like this perfect vampy, spicy, bloody Valentine kind of feel. And I liked the atmosphere of the book. Just in general, I like the feel of the castle and the little secret passageways. And so I love the whole atmosphere of the book, even if it wasn't the scariest book in my opinion. So I don't really know how I want to go about this discussion and review. I don't know if I want to walk through the whole story like we usually do, or if I just want to go through and talk about favorite characters, favorite parts. And honestly, this book didn't have as many shocking like twists and turns as some other books. I just didn't feel like there were many parts where I had these super strong reactions or whatnot. All right, so we'll start with our favorite parts / spookiest parts. So my favorite parts, I loved when we first found out about how the vampires, like how they suck the blood or whatnot, how they have these gold fancy fangs. I loved learning about that. And then how the whole house works and the bloodmaids. And I knew, and you can let me know what you thought down in the comments. As soon as they were going through that contract and how it all works and how these bloodmaids, after all this time, generations of these bloodmaids are getting paid, are getting all this money. Like, you can't, there's no way. I knew there was something up with that. Like, obviously generations die, but I was just like, there's no way there'd be so many bloodmaids out there because they're only there for, a short amount of time. There'd be so many bloodmaids getting paid all this money. You would think they'd be living lavishly out there, but it didn't seem like that in the real world. Like, it didn't seem like there were just bloodmaids everywhere, like retired bloodmaids out wandering the streets. So I was like, there's something weird about this contract. Let me know if you were also skeptical, if you thought it was like not too good to be true, because obviously they're draining their blood. I just knew something was off. I was like, there's no way that they're gonna get all this money afterwards. Like, there's just no way. And then when she found the tooth and the wretched or wretch or whatever, carved on the floor of her bedroom when Marion found all that, I did not expect it to go in the direction it went. I did not see the storyline unfolding the way it did. I thought maybe there was a bloodmaid that was in this room previously who had gotten in trouble, maybe fell in love with somebody else, or there was some sort of betrayal or broke one of the rules, and then somebody came in and pulled all her teeth out, and actually that's what I thought was going to happen with Marion. I thought maybe she was going to fall in love with somebody in court. Maybe even that, what was his name? Ever or whatever his name was. I thought maybe she'd even fall in love with him because she was warned, like, hey, we're getting on a tangent. I hope this is all right with you guys, but we're on a tangent now. But I was hoping this would kind of happen because I had no notes. But that Ivor or whatever his name was, the creepy dude, the next in line to the throne, I thought that she was going to fall in love with him, honestly. To actually have both of them and be kind of playing the top girl, the top bloodmaid, but she's between two people who could easily be in control. I don't know. I thought that storyline, I thought that's where it was going. So yeah, I was not expecting anything that unfolded. And then I thought the Fox and Hound game was pretty suspenseful. Also, I was just mad in general at everybody chasing Marion, and Marion had no idea where she was going, who anyone was. And so what other parts did I like here? I mean, obviously there was the developing relationship between Marion and Lisavet, and like a whole hot and cold thing. And you find out that Marion is basically Lisavet's bloodmate or soulmate or whatever. And they have a whole love affair, and it gets real spicy, which, hello. So what was another part I really liked? I liked when she first found the tunnels, or like the secret passageways, and then she comes out into the library or wherever she was, where that one professor or whatever teacher, whoever it was, she comes out, and then she's like kind of saying, like, I think somebody's in here, or there are secret passageways or something. And then he was like, well, there's something you need to know. And then he gets fired before he even tells her, and that killed me. I was like, I just want to know. At the same time, I'm like, I don't really want to know yet. But that part was pretty good. So then what does she do? Oh, she calls out Ivor, whatever his name is, for the scum that he is, basically. It kind of proves Marion's loyalty to Lisavet. So Lisavet basically makes Marion her main blood maiden. Anyways, Marion replaces Cecilia, essentially, and Cecilia's not having it, and she's pulling her teeth out, she's drunk, she's doing the most. She does not want to let go of Lisavet, and she is just trying to prove her allegiance a million times over and whatever, and apparently leaves peacefully. Now, Marion is Lisavet's number one, and they are just madly in love with each other. And all the other girls who are her friends are kind of distancing themselves from her. And then Marion starts suspecting something's going on with Lisavet, because Lisavet's disappearing in the middle of the night and kind of walking out and wandering around and is nowhere to be found. And she's wondering, where is she going? What is she doing? What's happening? She goes into the walls or whatever, into the secret passageways, and it goes down some stairs into this dungeon. And Cecilia is shriveled up like an old woman. Her hair is falling out. And basically Lisavet is sucking the life and soul out of Cecilia. And then there's a bunch of jars of weird organs everywhere. And I thought, and you have to let me know what you think, it was shocking in that I knew Cecilia hadn't left, but I thought they just offed her. I didn't think that she was actually gonna be in a dungeon somewhere. But I thought maybe she was gonna find like all the different organs or bodies or whatever of all the blood maidens, or some sort of collection of them in the dungeon. I didn't know she was actually gonna see Cecilia alive. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Let me know what you thought in the comments, what you were expecting, or if you saw it coming. So then Marion goes to the other girls and is telling them what she saw, which I thought was gonna be a huge mistake. I was like, no way. These girls are so loyal to Lisavet that they're gonna go and tell her right away. There's no way. But no, they believed her, and they were all scared, and they planned this big escape and everything. And then Marion says the dumbest thing ever and says she's gonna go talk to Ivor, whatever his name was, because she thinks she can leverage the whole fact that he's the next in line, which I knew was gonna be a mistake. You just know. You just know. So she goes and she plays cards with Ivor, whatever his name is, and then tells him about it, and then Ivor, whatever his name is, tells Lisavet, and she offs him anyways. And then it just all starts spiraling down and out of control. And finally, at the end, you have the battle between Marion and Lisavet. And Cecilia actually comes out of nowhere. The corpse woman comes out of nowhere and attacks Lisavet. And basically saves Marion, or allows Marion to kind of get in a position where she can get rid of Lisavet once and for all. And sure enough, Marion is able to win the battle, and even to the point where Lisavet gives her this really expensive ring. And then everybody, I think at this point she had already freed the other girls. They were already going to the train. Everyone except for May and the cat and Marion, they were left, but everyone else had fled to the train. But Marion was able to conquer Lisavet, and Lisavet gives her this ring, and then they go to the train station. What? There was a whole part where Marion is chased that I missed. But whatever, we're now at the end, and Marion writes this check that she had gotten from, what's his name, Ivor, whatever, and gives it to the dude to buy tickets for the train. And the guy's like, I don't know if I can cash this, or I don't know, like he's kind of like looking at him weird. Finally, he does it, and finally they get on the train, and they're headed south, and they're heading away from House of Hunger, and that is how the story ends. I'm just glad that Marion didn't have to use that. Wait, she didn't use the ring, right? She went to go grab the ring to give it to the guy, But then before she gave it to him, he went ahead and took the check, I feel like is what happened. Let me know down in the comments any of your favorite parts. If you liked that whole ending from the unraveling of what happened with Cecilia all the way until the end. Let me know if you liked that part. I enjoyed it. I did not see that coming. I didn't think it was super predictable. Anyways, let me know what you thought down in the comments. But also, favorite character. I don't know who my favorite was. Probably, honestly, Lisavet was my favorite character just because of, I don't know, I thought she was a little more complex than a lot of the other characters as far as her storyline. There's a lot there to unfold than a lot of the other characters as far as how she came about becoming the Countess of House of Hunger and how she maintains it and how she, how she deals with the bloodmaids and her illness and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't like her as an actual person, what she did to the bloodmaids and how she operated. But I did like her storyline as far as I thought she was one of the more complex characters. Least favorite character, pretty much all the men in this book. Except for the one professor that got fired or whatever, the dude that was trying to warn Marion about what was going on. He was cool, but everybody else was a total nightmare. Ivor, that Tiago guy, her brother, Marion's brother, they all just got under my skin at one point or another. But let me know your favorite characters, your least favorite characters. Oh wait, I also have to give an honorable mention to the cat. I always have to give an honorable mention to any animals, and I love it when we have animals in these books. They just always make everything so much better. That's one thing I love about, it's one thing I love and hate about horror, is a lot of times you get animals and little companions in there, and I love them so much, and sometimes we lose them, which I'm glad we didn't in this book, although they considered leaving him behind, which was extremely rude. I was offended by that, but it was a fun read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't, like I said before, like the deepest thing I've ever read in my life. It wasn't life-changing, but it was a fun read. It was actually a really fun listen. And I enjoyed the kind of change of pace. We kind of got into more of a vampire, bloody, spicy kind of story. And I liked that it was different than what we're used to. So I'm sure I missed a bunch of parts because we kind of just jumped around a little bit. So let me know down in the comments if there's any parts you want to talk about or any reactions you had. Feel free to respond to each other, respond to anything I talked about. I'll respond to you guys. So yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed this spooky book of the month for February, and hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up, say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because I love talking to you. And yeah, anything else you want to talk about down in the comments. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.